And welcome back. Okay, as you can see, we are in the camping screen and I have already assigned people to various tasks. We did take a bunch of damage last time and now is the time to heal and repair, as well as salvage a bit. So let's get to it. I have also done, once again, some inventory management, as well as planning perks. Anyways, let's camp here for a while. The fires of religious turmoil. We'll see. I might not take part in that. Anyways, a bird has just shat on us. Someone bring down that plumed transgressor. And we have done so. Good job, Astrid. Anyways, so that's the health points, that is the salvaging. Repairing is mostly done. So let's take a look here. It seems that we are good to go. Well, for the most part. A couple of these fodder type characters aren't quite at 100%. And also Gorm, the level 3 hybrid, still has a bit of a damaged armor, etc, etc, etc. Anyway, whatever. We gain wolf meat from direwolf. Anyway, let's see, 67 tools left. And we don't have any more here. Anyways, we can make do with that amount for a little bit. Here's Stanley. The caravan hand, I guess I will see, since he's very cheap. Might get lucky. We did not get lucky. I think this will be just basically an instant skip. Could, I suppose, make like a thrower, but no thank you, especially since I have Malthe here, who is similar, but better. So yes, I will let Stanley here go. Alright, so anyways, what am I going to do now? Find location. Didn't I have like an undead location somewhere? Yes, this place. Lair of the Unspeakable. And we are still on that undead ambition, so I guess I'll do that now. I suppose so. I could also do this taking action contract, but I think I will just get to the undead instead. Also, let's take a look here. Is there perhaps something? Seems like the answer is no. Anyways, let's go. We'll be fighting during the daytime. So it seems we will wait for a bit. Lair of the Unspeakable. 1 necromancer, bunch of zombies, a few fallen heroes, and 1 Höllenhund. Should be no problem. We'll see though. Also there is, I think this is probably like a... No, it's not a smuggling. It's a capture on hold contract. Friendly barbarian tribe seeks unhold line breakers. This should be interesting. Okay, I'm not really thrilled about a 3-skull contract like this at the moment. And I'm doing this instead, but maybe at some point we'll do one of those. Anyways, let's once again assign people to their respective tasks here. So no salvaging necessary, no healing necessary. Instead, I will, I guess, assign them like this, even though it's not like fully 100% optimal and efficient, but we are only camping here for a little tiny while. Okay, that is good enough. Alright, is there perhaps anything I should change in the lineup? I don't imagine so, but perhaps. Also, I guess I'll mention I'm once again a little bit tired, didn't get quite as much sleep as I would have liked. So hopefully no one dies because of that. Okay, it seems not all of the armors are repaired. That's fine though. We should be just fine, right? I guess I could leave, like, this guy behind. If I really care that much, but I suppose I don't care. Even if he dies. Sprained ankle is pretty bad, but also that's fine. Not like it matters that much when we have 18 people to use in combat against 13. Okay, I suppose I will net the Höllenhund. Might as well, right? So let's do that on Azur. So don't hit it just yet. Do mark it though. Use the net. Also, this fallen hero is kind of dangerous with the two-handed flail, but I don't think we'll have a problem. We might though, if we are unable to defeat it in time. A couple of two-handed flail hits to the head will kill you, usually. Anyways, is there like an offensive rotation I could make? It seems like... well, maybe Udalrik. Sure, I'll rotate Udalrik. There you go. Viftet can feel like he's doing something, being useful. Also, I appreciate this irritable tooltip here, but I think it's completely unnecessary in combat. Alright. So let's see where this possessed flail... okay, never mind. It just wants to protect its master. Sure, why not? Touching in a way. Alright, don't really need to think about what I'm doing too much in this fight. It should be fairly easy. I suppose I will get Astrid in range of the Necromancer. Probably rotate with someone. Well, no. Because it's your turn now, you cannot wait any longer. So just move like there. Unless that tree is actually in the way. Well, we'll see. Is it? It's not. Good talk. Right, nice damage there. Well, I say nice, but 44. Well, it's good damage against one of these things. Get back. Oh, whoopsie daisy. Wrong button. I did say I'm tired. Anyway, it's not like it matters in this fight. Unless I somehow screw it up against this flail. Anyways, whatever. I'll not even do anything with Gorm here. How about you? Do I do anything with you? I guess I can advance. It's fine. As long as I advance with someone else as well. Alright. Nice hit. And move Lizzie, I guess. I'm not even going to bother marking anything else. So let's see. Udalrik moves. These two move in the way. Also Herbert can just get the hell out of dodge if the need arises. Azur, you can just take a breather. Alright. So this is the fodder/tank character, level 3 only. So I guess I should be a little tiny bit careful. Even in a fight that's easy, like this one. Also, why was that... was that 5 AP? I moved twice, did I not? I am confused. Obviously, being level 3, you don't have Polearm Mastery, so... Action point costs for movement are reduced, yeah. Okay, I don't know what's going on. Anyways, whatever, it's fine. It's fine. Like I've said multiple times, I'm a bit tired today. I'm not going to think about things for longer than necessary unless I really feel like it is necessary. Which means I invalidate my statement there. Anyway, whatever. Let's move here. No, let's not move anymore. Okay. You, Yolanda. Also, I've named some people, which, well, named. I've given them new titles, so Yolanda is now called a mid-tank. He's middling. Well, she's middling. I forgot her gender there for a second. Anyway, let's move like, I don't know, there. Nice hit. Alright, so this guy, what do I do with you? I guess I just wait. Might still net this fallen hero with the shield. I don't know. In any case, if I do, I'm not going to wait before I do things. You get your actual weapon back out. And this time I'll try to actually hit the right buttons on the keyboard. Alright, so that's 45. Yeah, I guess I will use a net, so let's wait. Rest in peace, Höllenhund. Okay, you just attack something like that one. And do I rotate as well? Don't really see a rotation. That's a good one. So I guess you don't. Alrighty. Would be nice to be able to rotate on this flank. That's seemingly not going to happen though, at the moment. Anyways, it's fine. What the hell? Yeah, see. He recovered action points there by moving. What's going on? Oh, athletic. The first move each turn costs no fatigue or action points. Okay. Okay. My brain does, it seems, work enough that I realized to look there. Anyways, that's good to know. So that's been changed. That's a very interesting change, actually. Now, if only my brain could also remember that information for future battles. Especially who actually has that trait. Does anyone else have that? Let's see here. Don't think anyone else has it. Doesn't look like it. Anyways. So yeah, fat has been made far worse than it used to be, and athletic is far better. Yeah, I don't know. That seems kind of OP, actually. Each turn. And he even has Pathfinder. Anyways, you can kind of build around this. Anyways, let's continue doing things here. Well, actually, Urbgen, you don't do anything. You just stay there. Because you're kind of bad. Anyways, Ranch. You just advance. Yeah, advance there, and let's wait and see if you can possibly advance further with this Wienerganger being dead somehow. So yeah, I was going to use a net, so let's use a net. Wait, I guess. So this one is marked. Lizzie, I guess, just waits and sees if she can move forward. Long range throwing. Okay, 54 and a miss. Swing and a miss. There we go. The coast is clear for Ranch. Let's move there. So yeah, I need to be a little bit careful about this one. If it gets possessed, then that is potentially deadly. Anyways, the Necro is about to die to Astrid. There's honestly not really even a point in advancing here, actually, now that I think about it, so let's not do it. Let's instead take care of this cluster of zombies here. Alright, Lizzie, I don't know. Do nothing, I guess? I could also... No, let's not do nothing. Let's move there. Oh, yeah, this one. Try it again. Astrid has failed. I guess I maybe should have used aimed shot. Anyway. That is only going to delay the inevitable. Why did I make that shot? Anyway. I know the reason why. Okie dokie. Just enter. I'll try to focus when it actually matters. Okay, so let's see here. Is there a good tile to move to? It doesn't really seem like it, actually. Well, maybe here. Okay, why did you not get everything back? You're at 5 for some reason. What the hell? The first move each turn costs no fatigue or action points. Wasn't that your first move? I don't know what's going on. Maybe the tooltip is like lying to me. Maybe like refunds. Or does it mean just the first tile moved? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see eventually. You do nothing. Okay. Keep on trying to do things. You can just hold. Alright, so let's see, 46, let's instead go for the 87 aimed shot. There we go. Goodbye. Now let's just finish this, deal with the rest. Slowly, but ever so surely. So I did give Herbert a fighting spear in the inventory, so he can at least occasionally actually make use of the spear mastery that I gave him. I might also at some point give him quick hands. Right, I guess I can now, for science, see about this, though. Not really the right time for it, though, to move and see. So it's going to refund this move. Yes. Anyway. At least the first tile moved does get a refund. If it's the first tile, then I suppose that makes more sense in a way. As I did remark, it's kind of OP if it's the whole movement. Okay, now you can move out of the way and to safety. Okay, just 4 more. Move there. Do that. There we are. We get 1 level. And we get a pretty underwhelming selection of loot. So Urbgen here, level 4. Learned a lot, just sitting still there in the fight. So we'll see. Probably this guy won't be with us long term. Anyways, so which perk now? I guess probably Colossus. Gifted, maybe though. Let's go with gifted actually. Standard frontliner selection of stats there. Okay, so we are at 3 out of 4 for the Undead Ambition. I suppose I will now scout this area, at least until I find an Undead camp. Also, I see Brigand tracks there. And also the game lags a little bit. And also these tracks were a lie, okay. The longer a run takes in Legends, the more it starts to lag. And we have found our final Undead location for the Ambition. Kind of a shame that the Streamlined UI mod causes issues with Legends. Anyways, let's deal with this camp. There is a Vincel Mutter here, who is mostly going to be just annoying instead of dangerous. Also a Geist. I'll wait with everyone, I guess. And when I have 18 people in combat, that does take a while. Alright. Probably just hold. Yeah, let's hold. Alright. The blueberries have decided to join the fight. Nice throw there. You cannot throw. Well, that's fine. Kick. Okay, and Rand has good resolve. Even that's maybe not enough though to withstand their effects, but anyway. 15% chance for Herbert. So now is a good time, I guess, to see just what happens with Malte's action points as he moves. So yeah, anyway. So I don't really need to think about what I'm doing that much. Ideally, though, you get someone who's high resolve to go up against enemies like this. Anyway, so as I move the maximum amount, how much do I get back? 3. Okay, so it is just the first tile. So I think this tooltip needs a little bit of a clarification. Just a little bit. But anyways, there we go. That is far less OP than I thought. Let's get Wifted the Sergeant a little bit closer. Yeah, even next to zombies is fine. That's fine. And Udalrich is no longer superstitious, so... why not? Why the hell not? Okay. Aimed shot for 95. Somehow still hits range. And it was also a headshot, so it hurt. Well, anyways, I suppose that goes with the territory. The Wienerganger was getting knocked back, but then couldn't be knocked back. Oh, and there's one over there, which I somehow didn't notice before. Would be nice to deal with this one with someone else, but guess I will do that. There you go, missing again. Wait. Mark the Geist. Yes, I just move somewhere. Well, let's do this. Let's do a rotation. Even though kind of pointless. Even so, let's do it. Stein gets the Winselmotor. Okay, just one Wienerganger to go. %90 miss. $77 miss. There we are. Get a couple of level ups out of that. And that is the ambition done. Alretieren, level 4. Takes more hit points, takes more melee skill. As well as melee defense, which was the obvious one. Alright, I think I'll just take tactical maneuvers here. And this can of course be used defensively and offensively. And now let's mark it down that he has it. I'll mark it like this actually. Tank minus and R for rotation. Next up we have Malthe, level 4. So hit points, resolve or +2 melee skill. Or I guess +4 fatigue. Which one will I take? Hit points is kind of more damage as well because of muscularity being a thing. Resolve, I guess, could also be good. Does get fortified mind plus mind over body if I'd like. So I suppose fatigue is not going to be taken. Definitely not. Melee skill, currently good. Eventually also kind of good. If I never take these +2s, then obviously he'll not get very high. I don't know. I don't honestly really even care that much about this guy at the moment. But we'll see. I will take the resolve here, and that keeps mind over body kind of an option. Doesn't have Berserk as of yet, but if he ever gets it, then I suppose all the fatigue cost reduction he can get is going to be useful. For now, let's take Quick Hands. And then finally we have Hathuward level 7. Right, so now the interesting part. I guess I take Paymaster over Quartermaster first. Let's take a look though. How much am I paying? 371, so that's not that much. I'm doing very well with food though, so whichever. I will of course get both of them. Suppose it doesn't really matter. Let's take Paymaster first though. Lowers daily wages. And then... okay, it's not much effect as of yet, but as we accumulate higher wages, higher tier backgrounds who need to be paid more, then that will come into play more. And it does enable us to get the retinue paymaster thing eventually when I have room, which I basically always take. Couldn't take it during my Reforged Gladiator run, but anyway. Right, so now I suppose we are a little bit running out of tools. Let's head to town to sell and then go find tools from somewhere. Though I don't have actually that many things to sell at the moment, so maybe not. I do have some things. And I could use more money. I think I might still leave this Free People's Camp here, because it does provide us with ambush trade routes. However, the champion is perhaps still there, so I might change my mind. Maybe go to Schwarzburg first, though. Is that a good idea? I would actually like to have more money before I head to a castle, because I can get like the training tent, which does cost 10,000 at least, usually. Currently I can get like tools and maybe like a recruit or two. But I would kind of like to get people killed before I recruit more. Anyways, let's head kind of towards well, whatever the hell that place is called. Swanstadt? Yeah, Swanstadt. Anyways, that is the ambition done. So now we have... where is it? Here. Undead Trophy. Doubles resolve against fear and mind control. So who gets it? I think probably Baldwin, actually, as I would like to keep him in control the most. As he is our most useful melee character at the moment. Right, there we go. Now let's scout this area. There's not much to scout, I guess, but let's still take a look. And if I see a camp, I suppose I will destroy it. And then we'll have more things to sell. Brigand tracks, but there is no camp here. The camp is over there, it's a small one. Okay, so they're a bit far. They are a bit far, and the mountains here will hinder our advance, so I think I'll just leave them be. What I can do with this place, I guess, it's just... I could sell first, and then destroy it, if the champion is still there. I don't know, though. It's probably still better to keep the prices up instead. This is goblin territory. I don't want to do goblins. I just detest fighting goblins. There might be something here. Yeah, let's take a look there. I still have tools for a little bit. And also the champion is gone, so now I have very little incentive to actually destroy that place. Very little. I see more brigand tracks. Okay, this is easy for ambition. Have 10,000 crowns. Let's take it. Should be able to accomplish that in a moment. Not going to go chasing these brigands, I don't think. They're probably semi-far at this point. Right, so we still have the condition here, as well as public executions, as well as an event. 3 skull return item. I think I will do that. Yet again, that same event. So selling price now is... Okay, it's reasonable this time. It's only 27. In any case, let's sell some things. I don't care about unhold hearts. Those can be actually salvaged. Worn kite shields, etc. Anyway. I suppose it doesn't make a big difference. Do I ever use a Kopesh at this point in this group? Probably not. I don't have anyone who's planning to be a cleaver, especially a one-handed one. I'll also sell the War Branch. Battle Glaive. I might keep that. I will sell the Kopesh. I will sell the Ancient Bladed Pike. I'll actually keep some of these garbage things to salvage them instead. Alright, 17,000. At this point, let's also... The reason I was keeping these is because of these attachments. That one's repaired. Anyways, I can sell this one, and I guess get rid of this one. Okay, someone gets to look fancier, slightly. I guess it's Herbert. There you go. Enjoy. Get rid of those. Alright, I think that's probably it for this place for now. But yeah, like I said, I will take this contract because it's a lot of money to sell here. And also 3 skulls means it can spawn some high tier, kind of high tier brigands. I'll check these 2 thieves here as well. Probably not Alan the Raider. I usually dislike the Raider background. They of course can be good though. Right, first one is I think a skip. 3-star range defense, that's all he has going for him. He's superstitious as well. So goodbye, Jorge. And next up we have a 3-star melee skill. So this one will be a keep, however starts pretty low, 48 only. But I still think this is good enough for this point. Well, with this team, I should say. So we'll see if this guy is a backliner or a frontliner. Starts at 7 melee defense, needs to roll pretty well, I guess, for frontline duties. Might still do it though. We'll see about whether I take initiative. Might not have enough stat points for it. Need hit points as well. All the good melee defense rolls. Anyways, so... Okay, find. Just mark it down as back or front question mark. Alright, and since I am actually at the full fighters in fighting line, he will not be joining the fighting line at the moment. I will give him a backline weapon. Let's equip some stuff on him. Something like that is fine. Guess I could go even heavier, but it doesn't really matter. Not much at least. Right, there we go. Did I have a thief already? If I don't, then that's a pretty good find for the events. I think I do, but I might be mistaken. It seems I was mistaken. Okay, so no thieves or pickpockets. Well, now I do have one of those. Anyways, let's take care of this contract. But first, actually, yes, let's have a drink.
You seen those brutes with the sacks on their heads? Nah? Well, if you do, I'd be mindful of how close you get to them. These ones weren't like the rest, although they've told me, or something.
Anyway, so I suppose this guy is speaking about cultists. Right, that is the ambition done. I'll actually read this one. I don't think I've ever read this. Your increased store of coin and other valuables lets you sleep easier. The men do too, knowing that they won't have to chase you across the steppe when payroll is due. You'll no longer be at a disadvantage when it comes to contract negotiations. Really? Anyway, and you'll not end up short on men or equipment should a battle or two go against you. Your new reserve also begins to open doors for the Solas. Merchants, moneylenders and nobles have one thing in common. They prefer to rub elbows with their own kind. Merely getting an audience can be a chore if they suspect you have empty pockets. But now that you've proven yourself to be a man of resource, the company has become more attractive to wealthy individuals and decision makers. Excellent. Anyways, let's follow some tracks here. Okay, few bandit veterans. Other than that, seems pretty easy. Might be a necromancer there, though. We'll see. Oh, you're running. God damn it. You're running across the swamp. That's annoying. Well, we can catch up. I don't want to fight with the trading caravan. Oh, don't walk in the same path, thank you. Also, actually... No, I need to refresh my nets now that I remember. Now that I remember, I would like a quality of life feature which auto equipped nets if you have someone who uses them. I think that's it. Yeah, okay. Bandit veteran can still pose some problems for us. At least if I play poorly or get unlucky. Okay, that's a weird looking falchion. Right, and that is just a raider. I guess no net there. Maybe net this guy though. Has a shield. And I don't have an axe specialist to break shields. I guess I would like to have one eventually. Especially if I'm ever planning on fighting Scrots. In any case... Well, actually, no, I changed my mind. Let's use a net here. Let's make it slightly easier to deal with him. That is a veteran. Sure. Nets for everyone. Also, yes, I need to remember to get Azure backs and belts. Guess I can wait on the net there. However, if I do that, Azure is doing nothing else during this... Well, then again, I can kill the dog. What the hell am I talking about? I can kill a dog. That's how good I am. That's how good the company is. Gerard is merely level 6. So I'm wondering, should I rotate into this two-handed mace or not? Also, who the hell has rotation nearby? Wifted. Maybe that's the only one on this flank. Which means we won't be rotating. Guess that's fine. Right, just go for it. Go for the dog. Do some marking. Let's leave it at 3 to save some fatigue. You can wait, probably. Might be able to get a berserk activation. Over here, let's just... Well, yes, you have rotation, but is there a good rotation here? Doesn't look like it, so I should actually move Alretieren on this flank in the future. At some point. If I remember. Eventually I might. So just move there. And since I cannot get in range of this kind of dangerous raider, then I suppose we will not do that. Well, I can get in range, but I cannot attack in melee. But that also means that she cannot attack us. Anyways, I guess I could use the throwing javelins here if I really wanted to. Anyways, I'll decide in a moment. 70. Gets a nice headshot in there. Was that a headshot? Or no, it wasn't. I had a headshot earlier with someone else, I think. Yeah, that was... yeah, whatever. Okay. Takes care of that problem. Yolanda just, I suppose, waits for their arrival. Doesn't do anything, I suppose. Urbgen. It's a shield wall. Alright, and Astrid. Somehow it seems like they have 0 ranged characters. Let's go for this one. Nice. Alright, let's do that. And I'll actually move Ovo back instead of reloading. Move there. Right, so let's see. Can you kill the dog? Nope. No, you cannot. I could also switch into the fighting spear. I'm not going to. I don't think. Eventually I might be able to do some actual melee things with Herbert, who has terrible melee defense. Kind of a little bit I can already because of having rotation and footwork. Anyways, that spot is open, but that shouldn't be a problem probably. Because a thug is likely taking that. So Stain has 16 melee defense, so this is probably fine. I'm not going to move there, I don't think. Despite having the high ground, I think that's slightly more dangerous of a spot to hold with someone like this. I could just move there though. Which is fine. Yeah, I'll do that. I will do so. And you can probably just hold, do nothing. Moving there seems unnecessary. I could also just rotate Udalric there. Maybe that's okay. I will do so. Get something to do with these guys. So they don't just sit around collecting wages. With that though, I can't really think of much to do with you. I guess I could rotate Lizzie there. Yeah, that's okay. So Lizzie is a little bit vulnerable. I think a fairly fairly likely scenario if I rotate here is that they'll just knock her back here, which is fine. In any case, I should be okay doing this. Putting Lizzie at risk. Slightly. Ever so slightly. Okay, let's find something to kill to activate Berserk, ideally. This would be nice for a headshot. Butcher is easier to kill. I guess that is far more likely. Not quite. And going for the flank, huh? Well, I suppose I will allow it. For now. $93. Gets it. No danger of being stunned. Getting rid of the Butcher here is pretty reasonable. You wouldn't think they're much of a threat, but I suppose those grazes do stack. There's no limit to them, so I guess I will do that. You really need to get Berserk at some point. Anyway. So let's double check. Do you have Resilient? You don't. I'm wondering if they changed it so that Resilient will stop bleeding from grazes from lasting. Because it does so for regular bleeds, but it didn't used to do it for grazes. I will find out eventually. I'll take the high ground here, I guess. That was a 5%. I guess I should have checked who I'm shooting at. This guy is only level 3, right? Yeah. Go for the veteran. Gets it. Azure nets, I guess, this one. Kind of a dangerous one. Being a veteran and double gripping. Yeah, just attack here. Then again, let's wait for Lizzie's mark. Yolanda. Sure, shield wall. Hit and run on this one. I meant miss and run. Kind of annoying that this thug is shield walling. Could even break the shield if I'd like. And mark there. Still have fatigue for one mark as well. If I like one somewhere, I suppose I don't currently really need it on anyone in range. $67 chance there to hit Lizzie. If we get... well, I don't know if it's unlucky. I guess it isn't really luck-based, especially with a fractured skull, but Urbgen might die in a position like this. We'll see. We shall see. Need to deal with this two-handed mace pretty soon here. If I get hit by that, then it's pretty bad. But yeah, I don't really care about Urbgen biting the dust. Need to block this guy from reaching Bovo. I guess I'll do so with Malthe. That's a little bit bad though. Malthe has -2 melee defense. Maybe I don't need to block. I can rotate with someone like Vifted. So yeah, it's fine. It's actually fine. Never mind. Go for the dog again, since I want the Berserk activation. I don't get it. Okay, fine. I'll use the spear. With that, I should be able to land a hit. Eventually. Hopefully. If I attack here, I'm risking getting... Well, no, actually I'm not, since Urbgen is there to block this guy. So I suppose it's fine to stay there. I'm just going to attack. We also have fast adaptation, so... Missing is okay. I can use this added chance to hit someone who's more dangerous, maybe. Anyways, Vifted, let's get you to rotate Bovo. I guess I don't need to do so just yet, though. I can wait for next turn, so you do that first. Pretty good. So yeah, I need to get rid of the dog, because if I use footwork, you won't have the fatigue. So do nothing. Okay, let's see. Can I get... No. Honestly, having these semi-bad characters die is kind of a good thing at this point, when I have resources to replace them with someone who's better. Off with your head. And yeah, let's advance there. And as I predicted, let's wait for a mark. I'd also just go for this guy, who is marked and trapped in a net. From like here, or I could even do something a little bit silly and move in melee. These guys are going for flanks. Kind of makes sense. There is a lot of them. Well, there are a lot of them. Let's use correct grammar. Okay, do that. And probably just move there. Overweights. Oh, and you're going for the flank as well. Anyways, I think I need to move Godomar out of there. He's a little bit in danger. In danger. So let's move where? Like here? That is not like a safe spot. It's safer, but it's not quite safe. This one is fleeing, and this one won't be a problem for long, after which Udalrik at least is free, as well as Alretieren. To do things. Okay, there you go, Herbert. Do you have Pathfinder available? Yes, you do. Would be nice. In some battles, at least. Well, nearly all of them, actually. Here, especially, I could take this high ground. Anyway. Not really seeing much of a move here. Well, much of a good rotation. I guess rotating Gorm is okay. The higher ground spot. Anyways, I'll wait. We'll see if I do anything. 84. Gets it. These veteran are very tanky. Still using kind of mediocre weaponry though. Still bleeding from grazes. $95. Still need a hit. 15%. Maybe use a net again. Maybe move there to safety. Relative safety. 17. Yeah, you kind of suck at the moment. Let's equip it. Oh. Hello, Butcher. Oh, nice to see you. 94 miss. And does that mean that this guy actually gets to act? It seems like it. Okay. Oh well. So it goes. 40%. How about rotating with Alretieren? Just leave this thug here. And go handle this flank. I think that's better. So I most likely will do so. This one will probably get herself killed trying to flee. Okay, let's mark this one. And I guess mark this one. Or this one. Let's actually do this one as he is next to two of our big melee guys. Right, rotation time. And Yolanda, yeah, actually I can move Yolanda maybe. So this is 20 fatigue. I have 3 left. Okay, that's actually too much fatigue. However, I can use footwork. Can't use shield wall after. But if I want to block their advance, that's one way of doing it. Guess I don't really need to do so though, since Ulrich is coming to the rescue. So let's just continue shield walling. Stunned. Damn it. Oh well. Should have waited with round. Okay, and yeah, rotate here. You probably do nothing. No, you'll attack this one. $13 left. Such a waste of damage to go for the Butcher here, but maybe that's the right move. So I'll do so. Right, and Herbert. Why equip this again? I guess I do. Let's do so. Quick step. Also 34. Nice. Alright, try this again. There we go. Who's next? Maybe aimed shot there. Yeah, I think so. Didn't do much. They have reached Ostrich. Oh, that actually hurt. That was the Heartseeker. 32. Alright, fine. So I can perhaps knock this guy back with someone? No, that I can't do. I can rotate. Bovo has the knockback crossbow. So we'll see. I should be able to handle that guy. But for now, with Sütze, this is a kind of a good target, but also kind of bad, having a kite shield. It's a higher chance. 42. I'll go for this one, since I did use that mark as well. Okay, I'm probably getting hit, and it's going to hurt. I would expect this guy to attack twice, so that's goodbye to a lot of armor. Okay. There we go. Alright, let's wait for a mark on this one. Currently it's 32 only. I'm not going to use a net on him. Can't knock him back if I use it. Let's use a net on like this guy. Equip the next one. Also have the repel, which is another way of knocking him back. Let's wait. And let's see here, 59, 63. This one is breaking. So I'll go for the veteran. Right, and you wait and we'll see. Just attack here. Wait and see what happens to the resolve. As that one dies, as it flees. Go for this one, I guess. No. Go for this one. Yeah, I guess so. Should have maybe waited there as well. It's possible I get some morale breaks. Right, Mark. Yolanda starts attacking. Here. Can't even use footwork. This is kind of a priority target. %, if I try to use knockback. 22 if I use thrust. And there's also the feint effect. Okay, did that make anyone flee? Doesn't look like it. Alright, let's see. 41 gets it. Okay. So Astrid can attack next turn without needing to be rotated. Okay, Herbert. How about rotating someone somewhere? Can't rotate here. Probably just attack this guy, actually. Because of the anchor effect, I would really like to not rotate Astrid. That will disable it. Alright, can still hang here against this guy for a little bit. With these two. So do I break the shield? I guess I actually will. Oh. Not enough damage. How much was it? 20. Oh yeah, those are 24, right? Yeah, okay. Perhaps a mistake. Anyways, let's move you there to block. Sure. And I'm not even going to attack here. Let's instead get some fatigue back. Activate Berserk. Improvised Strike. 37. Let's see, might need to use that. Rand is in trouble as well. And now this guy is shield walling. Should have probably dealt with him. I'll wait and see if Azur or someone can do so instead of using Baldwin's Great Axe. Alright, 52 gets it. Meaning that Sütze can also shoot. Okay. So if I take this high ground, I can get Berserk on Herbert from this guy. Nasty situation actually for Rand. I really don't want to lose him. This guy is no longer marked, neither is this guy. I guess I'll wait for those. Not with you though. Let's hopefully hit this 66. Nope. Okay, that's kind of good. Didn't get attacked on ranch. Okay, let's wait for Lizzie. I might actually use that mark on this guy, which is a bit of a shame, as he'll die to one hit anyway. You wait. You get out of the way. Where though? Let's move there. If I miss this kill, then at least someone's blocking him. And she should be able to get the kill if no one else will. Okay, sure. Feels like a waste, but let's do that. And now I can footwork out of there. Let's wait though. %, 5%. I'll just do nothing. Alright, let's see. Berserk? No. Alright, not going that good, honestly, but we'll get through this. I think I'd rather use Loot Cordis's damage somewhere else. Let's attack this one as we go, though. And go to Mar. This guy is no longer marked, sadly. How about... No, can't do it from there. Annoying. I don't want to get this kill, because I'll probably get that with Astrid. That's a Berserk activation. Yeah, probably. Maybe just move to a better spot. This is going to be so unlikely to hit. Alright. 42. No. Okay, since I did already start breaking the shield, let's sunk cost fallacy all the way there. Right, and you do that. And that means Malthe here will take a bunch of damage still. Being the only target and all. Oh, come on. There you go, Astrid. 59, 61. If I miss this and hit Rand, that's going to be terrible. So I guess I'll go for this target. Let's wait for a mark. Then again, the mark will be used here instead. Okay, never mind. Oof, oof. Well, rather it be him than someone else. Okay, so we'll use a mark. Wait. Dang. You're being quite bothersome. Then again, if I wait for the mark, this guy might just break out of there. Anyways, I'll go for this one since he is marked. He needs to go away. Thank you. Finally. Alright, maybe just get fatigue so you can rotate. Eventually, Malte. Well, next turn, out of there. Oh, Udalrik. He's trying his best. But I still resent it. Alright. You won't be rotating Malte out of there, because Malte is far more expendable. Instead, what the hell do you do? Can't think of much, to be honest. Let's just move like there. Could have attacked here, I guess, but unlikely to hit. You're right. 5 left only. Yeah, I'm not going to trust this 87 here. I'm not going to try to hit there since Ranch. How about here though? I don't care if Urbken gets hit. There you go. Oof. That's a lot of tools spent on repairing this armor. So financially, this contract is not that good, honestly, with how it went. There we finally go. Alright, okay, this guy will be the next mark. Finally rotate you to safety. 3 left. Wait for that mark. Okay. It seems everyone did survive. Should have gotten Azur out of the way. Mistake. Also should have gotten Malthe out of the way. Yet another mistake. Anyways, it's fine at this point. Okay, finally done with that. Well, as I said, no one died. Didn't go that well though. Okay, couple of levels out of that. Some loot. Okay, no. This is like the worst deal ever offered. Ever. It's like, let's see. 30 plus 50, 80, 180. 180 more. Come on. Come on, dude. Come on. Seriously. Okay, Godomar level 4. Takes the standard stuff, kind of. So if I take Inventor's Armaments, it's not going to provide basically any benefit for possibly forever, but at least for a long while. So instead I'll take like Tactical Maneuvers, I guess. Let's do so. Mark it down as well. With a big R. And then we have, far more excitingly, Baldwin the Master, level 8. Also rolled +3 here and here. That's excellent. As well as +4 hit points. Max rolled. There you go. Okay, let's see. So currently, it seems like a Rebound and Second Wind are my fatigue options. So currently Berserk is a no-go, pretty much. Swinging this weapon is 13. Does have some help from Perfect Fit, 15% fatigue cost reduction. 86 melee skill currently. So we'll see. Kind of depends on what famed items I find. On which weapon mastery I go with. Short Conquest is okay. For some reason I have it on green, but it's more like a blue, I think. How about Muscularity? 21% damage currently. That's okay. The old Rebound was better. +5 always. Well, not always, when you have 90% fatigue built up. How about Resilient for safety? Onslaught, though. 102 initiative. So, not currently going to... Well, you have... Yeah, you have dodge. Maybe it's relentless at this point. So I do want nimble if I take this as well. I can do that. I can have both lithe and nimble. Since now, if you also have nimble with relentless, damage down to armor is reduced by 33% of your nimble damage reduction. Okay, so it's not going to be quite as good though, if I take nimble now, when I already have lithe. Maybe I should have just taken nimble back then, especially since I did take 9 lives. Oh well. Too late now. How about Alert first? That helps with dodge, that helps with the eventual onslaught. Second Wind. I'm wondering if that's a good one to take at the moment. It's not quite as good with a 6 AP weapon, since the Second Wind ability, the active ability, is 4 AP to use. Whip them in shape is currently going to do nothing. I'm leaning towards Resilient to keep this guy alive. I will do so. +8 hit points as well. Which is further improved by Colossus. And later on, as this guy gets old, he gets -10. Anywho, let's return the blood chalice. Okay, there we go. There is a caravan here. I might take that. I usually like caravans. There's also a Winter King contract. I'm not going to roll on Alan. How about these books? Underdog, Back to Basics, Tactical Maneuvers. That sounds good. Don't know to whom, but it does sound good. So does this thing, Tenacious. Yeah, I guess I'll get both of them since I have the money. The one thing to speak against it, though, would be, like I mentioned earlier, so that I have money to buy the training equipment. For example, I could also spend it on a repair tent, for example. So currently, am I going to use these on anyone? I guess the answer is actually no. There's almost every perk is at least somewhat useful, so currently getting these isn't that much of a priority, actually. I could get some beer, but that seems unnecessary. We have plenty of beer to go around, even with a drunkard on the team consuming more than others. Anyways, let's sell a few things, and I think I'll probably take that caravan. So I want to keep some things to salvage them instead. I'm not going to, like, calculate much which ones I should, instead of selling, salvage, but usually, well, the answer is kind of the more durability they have and the less they're worth, the more they're valuable to salvage instead. The current consideration is also that I have 10 tools, which means I need a lot more. So honestly, there's not much to sell here. Oh well. Anyways, I think I will take this. Let's see where it's going though. Donnerswold. So where is that and what is that? That is a stone keep. So there are no famed items to be spawned here. However, like I said, I could get the training equipment, for example. And also taking caravans in Legends is so much better than they are otherwise. So I will take this. And that gives me time to do things here. So let's mark a bunch of things to be salvaged. Make a lot of tools, hopefully. What else? I guess that one. And that one. These can go. The rest, I suppose, I will keep. Alright, here's hoping that we do get attacked along the way, as long as it's not like lindworms. Something I can deal with. Alright, do I want a healer? Yes, I do. And what else? This guy needs something to do. I suppose just a scout. Do I get Fletch for ammo with a lot of people? Well, as we get these tasks done, I can assign more people to other things. I don't need that many people to repair, though. Let's do it like this. No, let's do it like that. Since the tool situation is also a consideration here. Okie dokie, let's go. On our merry way. Okay, what the F is going on here? Almost out of nowhere, a peculiar looking figure catches your eye. Clearly. Yeah, clearly. You caught his too, because he smiles like he knows you and eagerly approaches. Though if he did, he would surely reconsider. Reflexively palming your sword with one hand and holding them with another, you call out and ask what on earth they want. It's you! It really is you! I thought it was, but now I'm here. I can see you up close in all your glory. His voice immediately forces an involuntary wince. It harbors an enthusiasm only seen in naive children and the hopelessly love-struck, though he doesn't seem to be either. He's practically slack-jawed as he admires Lizzie, all but worshipping the very ground she occupies. You ask him who exactly we are, to which he jolts forward with a burst of sickening glee. Well, you're... I don't know your name, actually. That's Lizzie the Mighty. Over there is Astrid the Archer, the Invincible. But you're the captain of the Solace, only the most heroic and noble warriors in all the lands, and now you're here, standing before me. Right. While you wouldn't phrase it quite so poetically, the fool is correct about who you are. A number of the men are visibly upset by their presence, his whiny voice and unnaturally upbeat tone clearly triggering some primal unease, like looking at a corpse or someone very, very ill. Mercilessly, his grating voice begins again, this time enchanted with some gross mix of admiration and pleading. He remarks how he could clean and carry some of your equipment, but quickly abandons the prospect when seeing the lethal scowls of the company. I know, I can spread the word of your glorious deeds to the people of the world. People need to hear of the Solace's brilliant exploits. Your name will live on through the ages when I regale people of your achievements. A useful idiot is still useful, and you could let them go to spread the word of your glorious deeds. That said, some of the company already resemble hungry wolves, seemingly pushed by the fool's hideous voice and energy to a violent boil. Okay, so I'm going to assume this is a reference to Oblivion, where there is an adoring fan. This guy kind of looks like him, and yeah. Anyways, I don't know. With this guy being our spokesperson, that might not have the intended effect, to be honest. Can someone kill this fool already? Very well, I will... Wait! What? Mercifully, the fool's theatrical monologue is cut short with a swift jab from Ludgardis, which launches him to the ground in a frankly absurd movement. Unfortunately, the strange man's rehearsed speech is replaced with twisted yelps and wails of pain which only invite more abuse from some of the company, who has fallen in around the crumpled mess of a man to offer him kicks and punches. One of the men loudly groans, "Fuck this!" and pulls a knife, looking to finish the job. A few deliberately messy stabs later, and the fool lays dead, their limbs splayed in almost every direction as their body takes on a bizarre form. Beside them, a pool of oozing crimson grows, and a few of the company sign their handiwork with a few hocks of spit and markedly unkind remarks, after relieving him of his belongings, of course. Ludgardis rubs her pate and says to no one in particular, "Gods, man, even killing him was irritating. It almost wasn't worth it. Almost." Almost indeed. While some of the men are simply relieved to be rid of such a blight on their ears, you catch a few with mean smirks, glancing back to the fresh body of their making. Either way, with the company's bloodlust satisfied and the pestering fool dispatched, you order the man back on the road, content to let the vultures and wildlife clean up your mess. Okay, well, there you go. You gain dagger, you gain linen tunic, you gain 69 crowns. Never meet your heroes. Alright, well, I wasn't actually expecting them to brutally murder him, but there you go. I don't think he quite deserved that treatment, but in any case, also retinue slot. At this point, I could get the Penny Pincher's tools or the bounty board. Those are my, I guess, my best options. Pre-filled contracts is okay, but since I'm not doing tryouts, it's far less good. I'll just get the penny pincher's tools for now. Oh, and since Herbert is a caravan hand, you come across the once caravan hand, Herbert, finicking with the company wagon. He's nailing a slat of board to the bed and using pins to put it on a roller. The board can then drop down into the belly of the wagon with a little bit of a pull and switch. Rather ingenious. This will allow you to load more onto the wagon. Gain inventory space. Okay, there we go. I remember trying to get that event during my first Reforged run and failing. Next ambition though. Let's take the trading ambition. Seems like the easiest to accomplish. We see some things on the way. We're nearly done with salvaging, so... Okay, I guess I might as well assign people again. Let's do some gathering and fletching, I guess. Let's do some gathering with the repairers and the salvage team. One salvager still. Don't need a healer either. There we go. Camp again. No, 11 barbarians. It's a pretty easy group. Do they want to fight? No. Makes sense. Salamander Fest. I guess I will stop by there. Alrighty, let's see. Weaponsmith. We can afford like one famed weapon. There is none to be had. There is the repair tent though, but it's kind of expensive. Armorer has likewise no famed items. Fletcher has... yeah, no. I'll take a look here. Probably don't get anyone though. But I can buy tools and I will. All of them. Thank you. Also buy the copper. And I guess the salt. It's not a great deal, but it's a deal regardless. And that's all we do here, I suppose. Camp again. Could have bought some ammunition, but then again I'm fletching here, so... On our merry way we go. I'm going to assume we do get attacked by, like, barbarians along the way. We'll see, though. We are in the north. As we are here, I might look for some barbarian camps. Would be semi-interesting, at least. All the groups of enemies we see wandering about aren't strong enough. Okay, we come across the drunken old oath. What's his face? So do I want armor for 9,000? Honestly, at this point, no. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't need heavy armor. It's like okay armor, but still. It's a semi-good deal, but it's also... yeah. Oh, god damn it. Necrosavant ambush. So we can, I think, do this. It's going to scale to our strength, though. I don't know how many there will be. Resting beside the road, you hear a horrid scream somewhere down the line of wagons. Drawing your sword, you quickly rush to the noise. Caravan guard limps past you, clutching his neck. His eyes are wide, his mouth frozen agape and speechless. They got out! They got out! Another guard sprints by, not even bothering to stop to help the other. You look ahead to see a group of pale figures leaping from guard to guard, wrapping black cloaks around their victims to shade them into gruesome deaths. Before they can get to you, you turn back and alert the company of this horrifying danger. Okay, so I'm going to skip this. With multiple reasons. Because of... First of all, I don't know how many. Second of all, being legends and legendary difficulty, Necrosavants are nimble. And yeah, the team isn't that good yet. Third reason, I haven't actually equipped people in an optimized way to handle this, obviously, as I couldn't have predicted this, I guess. Fourth reason being it's night time, so Astrid and every other ranged character is less useful. And fifth reason is it's just not worth it. I guess it would be a lot of XP if I'm able to do this and complete the caravan, but that's basically the only reason to do this. So I'm going to once again be a coward. As disappointing as that is. That should have lowered our relations, certainly. Let's see. So it was from Schwanstadt. Okay, now we're neutral. Alright. Anyways, not proud of myself, but there you go. Better to live on than to be a hero and dead. Alright, so here we are at Brunwald. We have 11,000. It seems like no famed items will be offered to us. If there's like there is a brawler. There are two brawlers, there are two swordmasters. 20 out of 25. So I can now fit 20 people into the fighting line as well. So I suppose we'll do some recruiting. So I can only get one of the swordmasters. I will get, I guess, this cheaper one. Well, I say cheaper, but he's paid more per day. Anyways, let's get both of these brawlers. If they're bad, I will fire them. This one is not great. 1-star melee defense, otherwise... 3-star fatigue. Earlier on, semi-useful. Now basically the only use is the plus 21 inventory space. I will let you go. Godalbert. And then this guy... even worse, actually. Goodbye. Okay. And now for the main course after those appetizers. So which one do I get? I guess I do get the cheaper one. Out front. I don't care about their equipment. So Sicklewold the Master. 6,000. He is pretty good, apart from being superstitious. 3-star melee defense. 75 melee skill. 1-star hit points. So yeah, basically the only bad thing here is the superstitious. Currently cannot get rid of it. However, we can do the same thing as I did with Udalric. Buy a book, after which we take True Believer. So yes, welcome aboard. Sicklewold the Master. But you won't be the Master because we already have a Master. So you will be something else. That 3-star melee defense with 15 starting is pretty damn nice. It won't make him immortal, of course, but still. Anyways, Colossus basically always doesn't have 9 lives. Will go Nimble, I suppose. Could also go with Battleforged, perhaps. Doesn't have Battle Flow, sadly. For Berserk. I don't think I bother with initiative starting at 91. Yeah, this one doesn't have alert nor perfect fit as of now. Perfect fit I could get from a book, I guess, later on if I really want it. If he's still alive. No mind over body. Could get that from a book as well, though. Okay, let's do the melee defense, let's do the +3 hit points and the +2 melee skill. And the very next level is kind of similar. Okay, this time we skip the melee skill. Take the not resolve the fatigue this time. Okay. There we go. Just call this guy like a front trainee. Right, so what else do I give him? Fatigue is kind of an issue. Needs help with that. Also, not having a resilient is a little bit spooky. When you go nimble with kind of a low amount of hit points. Guess, yeah, it is... Yeah, Battleforged I can do. I could also just take Brawny already, even if I didn't give him heavy armor, though I think I will at the moment. For the short term at the least. Because Brawny is now plus 25% to base fatigue. Fast adaptation I might still take, despite having 79 melee skill. Though I won't be taking feint and fast adaptation, so it's one of them. If I take... well, if I take them. Back to basics I think is a yes, despite having a lot of melee defense. Superstitious will also, until I can remove it, cause this guy to lose his nerve. So let's take back to basics. Underdog is a yes. Then I have one perk. Might just take Steel Brow. Not going to choose a weapon yet. Big step is okay, but I don't know. We'll see. So I think it's like between Brawny, Steel Brow, Tactical Maneuvers, and probably Feint over Fast Adaptation. What is the most useful at the moment? I suppose Tactical Maneuvers is kind of better to safety for safety reasons than Steel Brow. Kind of. Not always. One hit to the head from a heavy crossbow will be nearly death. Even with kind of a good helmet. So after gear, let's see how much fatigue he has after gear. This needs to be repaired as well. So let's give him this for now. And helmet-wise, I guess... Helmets are a bit light. Okay, 41 fatigue, so let's give him a reach weapon for now, like that. Pole hammer. So, yeah, okay, 33 fatigue only, so that means tactical maneuvers are a no-go, and since this helmet is kind of light, and also not fully repaired, I'll just take Steel Brow. I would like to keep this guy alive. I'll mark these in blue. That in blue as well. And these in blue. And we'll see what else. In any case, that's enough for now. Next time I might look for some barbarian camps. Maybe do some northern contracts. We'll see, we'll see. I'll do some inventory stuff on my own time. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I shall see you then.